Hey there, welcome to Tour the Office Tuesday. It's Tuesday, September the 12th, year of our Lord, 2017. The countdown is really happening for me, my wife and I. If our baby knows the due date, should be here in about 3 weeks, maybe before, maybe after. But as you can imagine, I have been thinking a lot about baby things and what it's going to be like to have a baby. I've been looking up YouTube videos on how to swaddle a baby, which I still am not sure that I know how to do, and change a baby and do all these things. But some of the other things I think about is like, how do you raise a kid? How do you raise a kid that is a good and productive member of our society and can positively impact the world? So I think about that thing quite a bit, those sorts of questions. And I think about the way that toys and games and TV shows and things that we do sort of help or hinder our capacity to bring positive change to the world. And this is what brings me to my Tour the Office Tuesday item today. This guy, this is a Hero Boy doll. There are 6 of these that you can possibly have. I have 2. His name's Blazer, and he has this little stand. It comes off the stand. And one of the students asked me, what does he do? This. He exists, which is this toy's superpower. But it's a nice toy, pretty well made. I hope it's well made because we'll have eventually at some point a toddler. This will be far bigger than our child now when he's born. But eventually we'll have a toddler or preschooler or adult who will play with this toy. And the reason that I have this is because a few years ago I saw this video online of this company. There were these 2 parents who thought about the same questions that I do. How do our toys and the TV shows that we watch and the video games that we play and the music that we listen to, how does it help our capacity to bring positive change to the world? How does the things that we do and consume help us to bring positive change? And to be clear, in the Presbyterian Church, we don't believe we have to shield ourselves from certain movies and TV shows and music. We believe that everything is sacred and everything is spiritual. But it does lead us to think about these things. What can help people who are developing their sense of self bring positive change? And those are the questions that this couple were asking, and they were looking around at all the superheroes and the video games that their children were playing, and they said, well, a lot of these superheroes do things in the context of destruction. Either a villain comes and destroys and then they help, or they're fighting violence in some ways with violence. And so they thought, well, how can we use this concept of superhero to look at the different gifts that children bring, to reinforce the idea that we don't have to be good at everything. Paul would say that too, I think. And also, how do we look at the world constructively rather than destructively? And they came up with these toys and corresponding comic books that sort of reinforce that message, that each one of these 6 dudes has a different power, different trait or whatever that children can sort of reckon to themselves. And they also, through their comic books, look at the world through kind of a constructive lens to better the world. So I bought one of these on Amazon.com. You can do that yourself if you're interested in this sort of thing. But some of my hopes here at UKirk, beyond having a lot of toys, which I do, this is not for my office, but we do consider ways that we impact the world in a positive way, and I hope that that you will too. You don't have to buy one of these dolls that move on their own. I'm just kidding, they don't. If yours does, return it for a full refund at heroboy.com. But do consider the ways that that we as people can enter into the communities that we find and do that in a constructive way for its own betterment. I think that's what we're called to do, and that's what some of the things that we consume, the media and the toys that we play with and the video games that we play and the music we listen to, can help to reinforce, and for children, I think it is exceptionally important to help people to know that our job on this earth is to make the world better. So that's why I have a hero boy for little Robert. When he gets here, it'll be ready and waiting for him in a few years from now when he can actually pick this thing up. But we're having these conversations now because they're important. But I will see you next week on Tour the Office Tuesday. Unique New York, unique New York, unique New York. Ready for this.